Check this out.
Welcome to BLPA Big Show. Hockey sports, life for the adult athletes.
Yeah.
Powered by the Beer League Players Association.
Better follow me.
Follow us at BLPA Big Show on every social media outlet. Follow the crew on Twitter at Nicker Jones and Trish at Trish Dangle.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Welcome to the greatest hockey show in the world. Good week, everybody. Glad to have you with us. Listen, we are live right now on Facebook. But anyway,
what a fun little Monday surprise.
Exactly. A little just a how do you do on Monday instead of Tuesday. There's a reason for that. And that reason is because I was invited on another show this week. I don't really know what the show is about, to be frank with you. I know the logo looks like Whataburger with hockey sticks, and I love hockey. I love Whataburger. And I was like, we have some shitty fans. Well, one shitty fan at least that, can't help us out here. And listen, you know what? Like, sure, it would be great to be rich and famous, because then you'd have money and you'd be famous. I just want to be rich and famous so I can hire someone to do this stuff where I don't have to touch it. I don't have to fuck with it. I just come on and talk and it just works. I don't have to worry if people can't hear us. I don't have to worry that something is not right. I just want to talk and people chirp me. I mean, that's basically what I want. So I'm not trying to sell out. I'm trying to sell up into a place where I don't have to mess with any of this stuff and it's good. But nonetheless.
Buy me a computer and I'll do it.
Perfect. Nonetheless, I'm on one as well.
No one trusts you for the QC there.
So nonetheless, we're here on a little special Monday because, as I said, I'm on another show tomorrow, so we had to push it up. So what's going on? See, someone says they can't hear us again. I don't know.
Oh, is that
where?
Welcome to Tech Issue Corner. Oh, okay. Move on. That was a joke. Way to go.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these sons of bitches. Just every goddamn day. That's why I posted today in the thread about, I wouldn't pay for that Logan Paul Floyd whatever the fuck his name is. Mayweather. I wouldn't pay for that fight, but I sure as hell would pay to see some of these scumbags in the group fight each other. Just the joy it would bring me to see, Big Dad get punched in the face. I would pay a lot of money for that.
I'm still waiting on the Brink versus Big Dad.
They're scared.
I thought that was the OG.
Everyone talks. Everyone chirps like there's somebody when they're behind a computer, but no one's going to come out to the rink and toss knucks, namely Connor Brink and Kyle Thornton. Kyle was even trying to go at it with that goalie in Pittsburgh. And, and even our fans.
What's Kyle on that one, though? Fuck that dude.
Well, sure, but I offered them to come on. Let's go mano a mano, and and see what happens. But they wouldn't. But you know what? This is a good time to stop and say this show is brought to you by the Hockey Wolf. Ow, 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 ow.
Oh.
All right, listen. Here's the deal with Hockey Wolf. Hockey Wolf, BLPA, we're BFFs. All right, you know why we're BFFs? We're BFFs because, like us, they're beer leaguers that just try to want to make the game cheaper, more affordable, get more people playing the game. So they started a company that does that with gear and merchandise. So if your team needs some merch, if you need some beer league gear, if you need some BLPA stuff, they have some special exclusive BLPA merch. So go check them out at hockeywolf.com. Ow, 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 ow.
Oh.
I'm super stoked to see. We're playing in the rink where their pro shop is in Seattle for the cool. Seattle draft experience. So I'm excited. Like what's cool to me is I'm starting to get pictures from people when they go into pro shops and they send me pictures and say, hey, we spotted you. In the pro shop, they got our gear up there. I think that's really cool. It makes me happy and smile inside. And so, you know what I said? I said, you can buy that there for a cheaper price than you can buy it from me, but just buy it from me because it's more expensive. I don't really say that, but
it's all about the margins.
Margins.
Terrible strategy.
No, but it is pretty rad to see that. So people go into your pro shop if they don't have BLPA stuff. Say, hey, listen, I know this guy. His name's Nick, or you can toss him to Randy, whatever. But they got some pretty cool shit, and we want that cool shit in our pro shop and make it happen. And so that's the way you guys can help. I was thinking about that question a lot over the past week from our last show where people said, how can we help? How can we further the agenda and all that stuff? And that was one of the things is that people could go in and just say, hey, we want BLPA stuff here, whether it's our merchandise or our tournaments. We can take over places just by people saying, this is what I want. Because you know why? Customers' money talks to the rinks. That's what the rinks want, right?
True.
So
yeah, rinks want money.
All right, Trish.
What happened to you not swearing in the first 10 minutes of the podcast?
My kid's not in here.
And
So-
he's not gonna watch us.
No, he's not. He's not gonna. He boned out a long time ago, because I was setting up, and he's like, "Oh, this is boring. I'm out of here." But Trish,
Okay.
tell him where they can find us before we get going on this week's hot topics.
Ooh, hot topic. Great. If you are cool, if you're a beer leaguer, maybe if you're not cool, but you need some social media stuff to check out, you should follow the BLPA on everything, obviously. You can follow me at Trish Dangle on Twitter. Dan's over at the Danny Vibes on Twitter. And Nick has Nicker Jones on Twitter and the Nicker Jones on Instagram. We're going to get him Nicker Jones one day. It's going to happen. And then, of course, you want to subscribe to our podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple, Castbox, Spotify, whatever. Subscribe, rate, and review so other people can find us and know what we're about. And we love to hear your compliments. Shower us with compliments and 5 stars, please.
I like all of that
Mhm.
stuff. Hey, can I ask you guys a personal question?
Of course.
Sure.
How much do you guys pee in a day?
Oh,
Like legitimately, like how many times do you go pee?
Depends on how much water I'm drinking.
yeah.
Because I go like 10 times, easy.
I don't think it's quite
10,
10.
like 10 for, and not just because that's my favorite number, just because I seem like I pee a lot, and I'm just
You
wondering
sure?
if I'm
You
normal.
don't push it to like I gotta hit 10.
No, because sometimes it's more than that.
My
But
pee goal.
I just drink, like I love diet soda, so I'm always drinking diet soda, and then I'm like, you know what, God, I'm drinking so much diet soda that I got to drink some water. So then I'll drink like one of these big ass things of water here, and then it's like an endless cycle. And I'm like, do I pee too much? Am I weird, or is this just a normal?
No.
Is this
Probably
just a
not. I think
normal?
that's fine.
Everyone goes when they gotta go, right? Like
Just hey, just
What-
Now
curious.
I'm
what's the
kind of
alternative?
curious,
Piss
and I
yourself?
think I might like do a little count.
Hey, when they found out I was diabetic, what led them to or led me to believe I needed to have something done is I was like 17 years old, and my mom and dad were on a cruise going through the Panama Canal, which they did not take me.
Brave.
And one night
You're not sad about it though.
I woke up 7 times to pee, and then I peed in the bed and had no clue why. And
17?
7, no, just 7 times.
Oh, 7.
7
Okay.
At
times.
17.
At when I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
And then I
Wow.
pissed the bed, and I was like, what's going on? And obviously, I'd peeing so much through the day and drinking so much through the day. But I was constantly thirsty, and that's what they're like, okay, let's go get something checked out. And that's when they found out I was diabetic. So
Oh.
maybe I pee a lot because I'm diabetic. But I do drink a lot of fluids, whether it be diet soda or water. But I was just curious, just Nick thoughts, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
Count-
can't say I've ever like really paid attention to how
Mhm.
much I'm peeing.
Yeah, or pooping.
I mean, I've definitely thought about like, wow, I am peeing for a lot today. You know,
Mhm. Like
like
when
at work, I have like a big 32-ounce water bottle that like I drink 3 or 4 of them while I'm at work.
Mm.
And now during track season, I'm drinking water while I'm there, so I'm drinking way more water than I normally do. So I'm probably peeing more than I normally do, but I still don't think it's 10.
But you also, if you're at like track practice and stuff outside, you're probably dehydrated a little more than
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
you
I'm
would
sweating my
normally be
ass off
from
these
just being
days.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably just evening out.
Yeah.
This is really exciting for everybody, right?
Whatever. Well, I mean, I have other
People are
Nick.
here for the pee talk.
I
Welcome
mean,
to the PCast.
if people need more Nick thoughts, I have other ones. Like, do you guys think that like everything in this world is kind of like already been created? Like, there's nothing new left to create. Everything now is just like recycled things with just a little panache of stuff thrown in somewhere, or is there other stuff that will eventually be created in this life? Whether it's food, whether it's music. Because sometimes like you can listen to music. Like when I was growing up, my grandmother always said like the reason why Elvis was so big is because it went from like boring music to Elvis, and it was like different, so new, so exciting, so different. Is there ever going to be anything like that in this world that like takes it by storm because like it's just so different and new? I don't know. It just seems like everything.
I
I think so. But I think it's to the point where someone has to be creative enough to like really think outside the box where like, in normal people's minds, that's impossible. You can't do that. And then, someone goes and does it, and that's going to be what happens. I mean, like you could say cryptocurrency is that. I mean, like that's still
Oh boy,
pretty
yeah,
fucking weird, and I know we're all on that train right now.
Yeah.
I wish I could announce my crypto announcement, but I'm not going to. I don't want anyone to steal it.
Have you been working on it for 8 years?
Yeah.
A plus.
Probably a little more than 8. I don't know, but
Ooh.
yeah, I don't know. That's stuff I think about on the regular, guys. So anyway, what are we going to talk about today? That's not just things that are in Nick's head that no one really cares about, but Nick cares about immensely.
Well, we should talk about BLPA updates. So why don't you kick us off with that?
There's so much.
We got a sticker pack.
Well,
going
here's
on,
the deal.
maybe?
Like I told you last week, someone asked me like, what can we do to help further the cause and create stronger allegiance, get more people into the group and what we're doing. And I mean, it just comes down to, I mean, we need the group members to be proud of what we're doing and to share it and to promote it. And so I was like, how can we do that? And everyone's forever asking me for stickers. Get some stickers, get some stickers, get some stickers. I'm like, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll get us stickers, but you buy one, I'll send you 10, and you have to put the 9 other ones just randomly where people could be like, oh, what's BLPA? Let's check it out. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I went to the guy that does our designing stuff. He also does Dixie hockey. So check out some of his stuff. We get a lot of his designs, and he has his own designs for Dixie, but it's kind of in the same vein, that retro vintage kind of feel that I'm really digging right now. So basically I said, here's what I want. And he shot out some designs, and I just post them on the group and let people decide what to, if they like them or not. That's kind of my barometer. And so they seem to dig them. So we're going to get them, we're going to order them, and then we're going to see if we can make this happen, because people they're always saying like, God, like there was no BLPA. And then I saw BLPA everywhere. And like on my shirt and on my hat, on Dan's hat. Trish isn't supporting us, but so I'm like, okay, if people are saying that and people are seeing it, then why don't we just make that actually happen? And we'll throw it everywhere and see what happens. And of course, hockey, and of course, the people that we already have. But I mean, it would be so great to get, like, we got this BLPA fest going in Austin, which is really. It's the idea, right? It's an idea, and you have to build it. If you build it, they will come, but they don't come all at once, right? So we're really struggling with lacrosse teams and soccer teams, which is fine. If it has to be just a hockey tournament with live music, whatever, it's still going to be rad. But it'd be cool if like hockey and lacrosse players started seeing them, be like, "What's BLPA? Oh, it's not just hockey; it's for lacrosse and soccer and football and softball and all that stuff." And so that's kind of like the sticker update. We sold out Iceland again. We opened it up to 2 teams. Now it's completely full. And then that's led us to, well, we want to go. We're ready. We're ready for this stuff to go over. So people are telling me, Nick, if you make it, we're coming. And so I'm just going to keep making them. Me and Randy, we're just going to keep, putting new spots on. So we asked, like, where do we want to go in September of 2022? And right now it's between Finland and Japan. I've been to Japan. I love it. I'd go back again in a heartbeat. And then kind of the dark horse coming out is Salzburg/Munich during Oktoberfest. That's when I played the Salzburg tournament last time. And so like we did the Oktoberfest in Munich, but then we went to Salzburg, which is about a 2-hour train ride away. And you were kind of out in the middle of Salzburg, which is a beautiful, gorgeous, incredible place. And so maybe that comes up, or you know what? Why not all 3? I don't know. We'll go wherever we have the support, right? So I think that's a big one. Iceland's going to be huge, and then wherever we go, and then we just keep adding more tournaments and events. Canada's about to open up, so we got Canada. We got 3 I'm going to announce them right here. The 3 that we're talking about. We're going to try September to December. We're just nailing down the ice. Calgary, Alberta is Canmore, Alberta is one of them. We're just right outside of Calgary.
Naturally,
because I live there, it's easy. Then Montreal, and Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Toronto as coming up the rear. I've talked to them, but they're kind of lukewarm on the idea. But we have that, and then one that just came not available today, but the starts of building it, because a lot of people think, oh, tournaments are easy to put together. They're not. You have to find like the right ice time. You got to make friends with the schedulers and all that stuff. Christmas time in New York City tournament we're working on right now. So it'll be a couple weeks before Christmas. Deck the rink with pucks of Jolly. We'll
work on that. We'll workshop that.
So yeah, so there's a ton of stuff going on with BLPA. I have a big meeting tomorrow to try to kick off the fantasy division of BLPA. Maybe we have a whole new fantasy podcast, but we have someone that's in charge of running our fantasy stuff, so we can have BLPA fantasy football, fantasy hockey, and we do
I'm so into it.
we do have that stuff, but I don't have time to keep up with it. And the problem is like I love winning, and I'm incredible at fantasy games. Just absolutely electric at them, to be honest with you. But I forget to check them. That's the issue. If I had time and to remember to check all of my it would be no shot for anybody in the group. I would just win them all, but I don't, and so I kind of fall behind. And I don't have time to update them and keep people updated with stats. People want to hear how they're doing, and they want to hear some chirps. So we're trying to find. We got a guy that has some stuff that we're like, okay, let's team up. You can just kind of be our BLPA fantasy division, and we can work with that. So we have that, and then obviously we kicked it off earlier with talking about fighting each other, which would be really. I don't want to fight anybody. Like I said, I've been punched in the face before. I don't want to get punched, but I love seeing other people get punched in the face. It brings me immense joy, especially if these are people that run their mouth all the time. I run my mouth. I deserve to get punched in the face more than I have been in my life. I get that. And I can probably think of a number of people that would love to see me get punched in the face. And just
they'd probably pay for that.
Probably. And, I would probably get punched in the face if they paid me enough. But the joy...
1 million YouTube subscribers, Nick gets punched in the face.
100%. And here's the deal. If as much joy as it would bring them to see me get punched in the face... Fuck, I would love to see them get punched in the face by somebody. So I'm here for it, whether it's hockey fights, whether it's put on boxing gloves, whether it's just stone cold knucks right here. I want to see someone get punched in the face, and I want it to be BLPA members that people think are annoying, with all due respect. We love having you in the group.
So Kyle's getting punched in the face.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the deal. I love everyone in the group. Just some of them I would love to see get punched in the face. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just the natural progression, and I believe usually as the commissioner of the people, I speak for the people. I take it upon myself. They entrust me with their opinion, and it is of the opinion of the people that there are a few people that we would love to see get punched in the face.
I got a little muddy in the middle, but I think I got your gist.
Everyone wants to see it is basically the gist. So we're gonna try to make it happen. We're kind of like bum fights, but BLPA fights.
Yeah, BLPA brawls.
YouTube will probably explode after that.
Well, we don't need. We don't even need YouTube, Dan. We just host it ourselves. Our website will explode because we don't have the bandwidth.
I'm in.
Yeah, that'll be a literal explosion.
And last but not least, Scottsdale hockey draft. We're gonna do that in the November-ish area. So
very nice.
Golf draft for everybody.
Golf. Oh yeah. Awesome. Okay, so one thing I've been waiting to hear about, you got some new gear to tell us about, and I'm really actually genuinely excited to hear about the Blade Tech blades.
Hey, here's the deal. I need all new gear. You know why? Because I left all my gear in the States. I literally have nothing but gloves. I literally have nothing but gloves to play with here now, which is
I know that because I'm the one that put your shit in the trailer.
Probably make an entire set of gear out of your gloves alone.
Well, I mean, I have gloves, and I probably have some elbows and sticks, and obviously I have a helmet because I left my helmet here. So basically, I'm on the hunt. I'll have to get some new skates. I'll have to get some new. Well, I have 3 pairs of pants in the RV, so I'll just bring a pair of those back with me. And so I'll basically just need shins, I think. And I think it will be so much easier just to leave a set of gear in the States, leave a set of gear in Canada. And then you got that built-in excuse when you fuck up. You're just like, oh, I thought I was wearing my Canada gear. Damn it. It's different, right? And
my Canada gear has
everyone clock him on that excuse, please.
All the goals in it.
Yeah, all my Canada gear has the goals because obviously Canada is obviously the best at hockey if you can't tell by the group. And so that's where all the good gear goes. But the blade, here's the deal. I don't know how to describe. It's different. It's not bad. I can't go out and say that these blades are infinitely better than the ones that I had before, but they're definitely not worse. I definitely am not skating around going, "Ugh, these suck." I was mainly because I was skating around going, I couldn't breathe, so I couldn't even talk. But I do think, I mean, they're blades. They're good blades. And if those type of blades are going away, Power's not going to make them anymore. So just a natural progression to go into these Blade Tech ones and get BLPA engraved on them. I wish I could read. I was actually reading like one of my buddies. he used to work in the pro shop here with the guy that used to be the equipment manager for the Flames, and they were talking about Bauer going to like I don't know if it's titanium, but it's something. It's like is it titanium?
I was gonna say Dan probably knows.
Yeah, so they're titanium coated right now because I have a pair and like I've gone from CCMs to Bauers now, and I'm going from step steel to the new TI blades, which are titanium coated. They're not titanium blades.
Yeah,
Which
and from
I'll be
senior to
honest,
junior safe.
they're not intermediate and saving hundreds of dollars. No, they're fine. I don't know. Like I definitely prefer the step steel that I had versus these. And I've noticed, not on mine because they're brand new, but on older sets, the titanium coating will peel away within the holder. Not the part of the starch.
Well, I got bad news for you, Dan. I got bad news. It's not titanium. Not the ones I was talking about. It's.
Are you talking about the new ones for the Hyperlights?
The fusion carbon.
That's such bullshit, dude.
Exactly.
You can't say Hyperlight on this podcast.
Yeah, fuck Bauer. All right, fuck them for sending all those other motherfucks this stuff.
So
and I'm not
you
even,
don't want to see my new stick next month.
No, I don't. I don't want to. But I got a Bauer stick from Hockey Wolf. They sent me and Trish the newest Bauer, not Hyperlights, the newest one before that, Ultrasonics, for me and Trish to try. So next time we see Trish, but it's the fusion carbon blades, and people are just talking about like $280 a pair.
They're gonna be trash. They're gonna 100% be trash.
Yeah, so just go with Blade Tech. Get the BLPA logos on. You know Bauer's not gonna put the BLPA logo on it because they don't care about beer leaguers. It's obvious, 100%.
Oh, they don't give a shit.
CCN doesn't care about them. And listen, I'm not saying this because they've said that to me directly. Allegedly, this is how I feel. But if they reached out to me and said, hey, we want to do something for beer leaguers, they can change my mind. This is just my opinion now, seeing how things operate. They care about
all you Bauer execs that listen.
Or CCM or Warrior, whatever. The only thing you're never going to, I don't care how much money you pay me, how much you give me. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm always going to wear Eagle gloves. There is a number in my mind that would take me away from Eagle gloves, but you're not going to like it. So
tell us the number.
No. You guys feel free to guess the number, but it's up there. And then there's
something that I don't think any company will pay.
But then there's caveats, right? Like they can't like it's. Do I have to throw my Eagles away? Like I'm not going to throw them away. Like I'll store them for later use.
You put them on display.
You could donate them.
No. Who am I going to donate them to?
Well, come on.
You think the King of Eagle
some hockey players that are in need?
You think the King of Eagle is going to donate his Eagle gloves to someone else?
Yes.
No. When I die, maybe.
Well, no, they're going to Cooper.
Or the Hall of Fame. Or the Hockey Hall of Fame. Whatever, right? You know?
We'll see where we are.
Hey,
can't get a hype box, but go into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yet. All right. I've got ideas. Hey, I've got ends. You think that comment wasn't noticed by people? It was noticed. I've had people contact me, so we'll see. Hey, I'll get the last laugh. I always do, because I just stopped listening after I laugh. But anyway, but as for the blades, blades felt great. They felt the same as my other ones. So, get them, try them out. Support the BLPA. Support small hockey innovation, because right now all we're getting is big hockey innovation, and now we're having to pay $400 for helmets. And to be honest with you,
did you buy that helmet?
Yeah, I did, and I love it. I love the helmet. I got 10% off. I paid $360 for it. I love it. It's so comfortable. It feels so great. Like I'm not even wearing a helmet, which is incredible. But that being said, I also understand people don't want to pay $360 for a hockey helmet, even though it does protect the most important thing of your body. But that's why we should support smaller, innovative companies like Blade Tech, because there's more affordable gear out there. For example, the Hockey Arsenal. You don't have to pay $400 for a hockey stick. You can go pay, $179 and get, exactly the same. And I know there's even cheaper companies out there. So yeah, I think that there's, it just sucks that the big companies use pro players to promote their products, and kids and some beer leaguers think that they have to have it, which they do. It's nice to have. I like having a $360 helmet because it's comfortable, but I didn't wear it because I saw someone had it. I just needed a helmet, and someone told me I couldn't have it. And I was like, I can have it. And I did have it. And so, support the local guys, because you might find something you really like that you would have never known existed if it wasn't for the, you taking a chance on the little guys. So
Yeah, I want to try the Blade Tech blades. That's definitely something. I'm not usually excited about like new stuff.
You can use
but
that.
I'd be excited to try.
You can use the
Yeah,
code. You can use the code BLPA and get some.
Absolutely.
So.
And if you need some tape,
I used them once. They were nice.
Yeah.
They're way better than standard blades.
Are they
but
really?
Anything is.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
that's my gear review. Go try.
I'll be the judge of that.
Hey, I should just do new gear reviews where people just give me new gear and I just say it's good or it's bad. I don't go into the fluffy other bullshit that you listen to with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you listen to those people, like I'm not going to call out any names, Hockey Tutorial, and they like,
they're so full of shit, dude.
They just blow up everything. And hey, that guy's a nice guy. I've talked to him before. He's a nice dude, but I've heard I've heard horror stories about a bunch of people that take money and they'll give a good review for money, right? And I like money.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like money. I would get that money and I'd put it right into Doge. I'd put it, I just let it rack up. But I'm not gonna take how much ever, $5,000, $500, whatever they pay, I don't know, and just say it's good. Like if you give me money and say review my shit, I'm gonna say either it's good or it's bad, and I'm gonna say it's trash. This is why it's trash. I'm not gonna fluff it up. I'm not a fluffer. I'm not getting paid to fluff. I'm getting paid to say yay or nay. Trish might. I don't know. Trish, you were looking for a new job.
Paid to be.
You were looking for You were looking for a new job.
Yes. Yeah, so is fluffer what I'm going to be?
Would you? Is that what you want? Is that what we need?
I mean, she did say that she would eat donuts.
Off my dong. To be
off
100.
Of the right person.
No, you
off
said
of the right person.
Did she not say Nick, Dan?
I did agree.
Yep, she did.
It's gonna take a sip of my beer.
I wish I had a beer now.
We're all adults here. Okay, what's the next topic here? I got more stuff to talk about. Let's go.
I was curious though, like going back to the helmet because of the weird like whatever's on the inside. I know that there's not a lot of hair to pull, but did it pull your hair at all?
It didn't pull my hair, and I'm glad you brought that up because I like.
That's a genuine concern I had looking at it. I was like, that looks like a nightmare.
It did not. You couldn't
would
even
it
tell.
pull Randy's hair?
I don't. No, it wouldn't. Listen, it feels great, but let's talk about hair for a second. I'm going bald, and I hate it. And I don't really give two fucks what people think about me and what I look like. I don't care. Like I just let that. But if you don't like, if you're like, I wish I had more hair. Well, then you want more hair, and I'm going to get a hair transplant one day. So right after I pay someone to do this podcast where everything works, whatever money's left over, 14,000 Canadian, by the way, I've checked. I can get a hair transplant, and I'll be looking fresh as fuck.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, no, it's 100% reasonable. That's why I'm thinking that it needs to happen. So
Doge just needs to take off.
It just whatever Doge.
Then we can both have hair.
What's that other
we
stuff?
Can have a hair date.
A Tassa, like the other one.
I bought some of that today.
Yeah, because I've been telling you for a week, Dan, and it was down around.
Well, I'm down
$2,
$2, bud, and it's your fault.
Well,
listen, big loss.
This isn't investment advice. Obviously, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
No,
really,
no clue what we're doing.
I just read stuff on Reddit, and then I dig a little bit deeper into the stuff. So I just want to let everyone know on June 2nd, I bought in to this stock, and I have right now I have 150 shares of this stock. I bought in at $3.83, and it's right now after hours at $6.30. So in a little over a week, I've made like $350 just on the stock. So I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah,
this is small potatoes for sure. It's more fun for something for me, Dan, and Randy and Peck to talk about on Facebook Messenger. And but hey, it's a winner so far. Almost as much as
I put all my money
diamond
into
hands
a jar.
the shit out of AMC and made money, so that felt good.
Perfect.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I bought AMC when the whole GameStop thing was going on. When me and Nick also bought into that, and like I bought AMC at $15 a piece and sold it $50 a piece.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
so I feel pretty damn good about that.
Hey,
good job, guys.
When Dan says we bought into GameStop, we bought like one stock.
Yeah,
like
it was very expensive.
Yeah,
we bought it
I was
too
gonna
late.
say
it wasn't like
it's like we talked
in.
about it for like at least a week, and then I was like, Nick, I did it, and he's like, fuck it, me too, and then it just boom.
Yeah, and then we're like,
we're just like, well, we got to hold on to it, right?
I did it before you though, because I think I'm at 320 and you're in at 360, so I've almost got back to even.
I think that means I bought in like literally at the peak, and you caught it like just on the downslide.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
it hurt a
No,
little bit.
because after I bought it, it went up to like 428. I'm like, I should just sell it right now. Like 5 minutes later. But
yeah, no, you're right. But we were like Diamond Hands is going to
1,000.
1,000.
But we're like,
and
nah,
it
we're going to
didn't.
1,000. So
It didn't.
And hey, listen, Leonard's over here giving us tax advice. Leonard, settle down, bud. We do pay our taxes, bud. All right.
I pay whatever. Like I get my reports or the forms from Robinhood and Stash, and I put in the numbers, dude, and I pay what I gotta pay.
Hey, Dan, but hey,
Whatever.
since you're holding my Doge right now, you pay the taxes, but give me the full amount. Okay, we'll just keep that.
No shot.
That
Now you
sounds
know what? We'll
great.
take it out of Peck share.
Oh yeah. Okay, as long as it's coming
Okay.
out of someone else's share. All right, what's next? So I need basically what I'm saying is I need $14,000 for a hair transplant. So anyone listening?
Yeah,
Hey,
so
we're
if
almost
anyone
there.
wants to donate, then go for it. All right, so I want to talk about young kids in adult league. I'm talking the high schoolers home for the summer, or the
Because it's
college
summer,
kids home for
yep.
the summer, the high schoolers that get to play 17, maybe 18. Does that happen a lot in your league? Does it not? We had like guys get kicked out of a game last week because of young kids, and it was a little rough. And I got called a name I didn't like. And
Was it the
What was
C
the
word?
name?
Was it the C word?
no, it wasn't the C word. That would have been
Ooh.
better. I got called little girl.
That's
By
better. That's better than cunt.
a man that was coaching on the bench.
You'd rather be called cunt
No.
than little girl?
Oh,
I mean,
times
I
over.
think if it's, from a random dude on the bench, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
from
that
anybody.
seems.
We used to know a guy
Odd.
named we used to
Irritating.
know a guy named Coach Roman that everyone hated, like the dude constantly coaching, and he's like mid-level beer leaguer, and just it was annoying as
Not even.
fuck.
This guy literally was on the bench because his kids were playing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's
It was
what-
annoying.
stupid.
Anyway, but curious if you experienced that a lot and like what kind of like it disturbed a lot of shit in the game, and I don't experience that a whole lot. Like there's sometimes like one college kid and not like a line of college kids.
Well, I mean,
home.
they're all really if they're all really good. Okay, cool. I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not gonna. I just won't show up. Like if I know that's how it's gonna go, because it's not as fun like skating, or like you never get to touch the puck because all the college kids have the puck. Cool. Well, like that's why most people do private ice. But what I hate with a passion, but I'm also probably going to do it when it becomes that time, is when you take like your 10 or 12-year-old kid to a shinny or a pickup time, and then like you can't touch them, like you can't take the puck from them, like the whole play just stops because the 10-year-old's got the puck and he goes up the ice, and you're just like, fuck, like this is adult shinny, like take him to dad and kid stick and puck. But I'm gonna do it when Cooper's 10 or 12. I know I am, but I'm right now I'm gonna
And
hate on it.
I think I have said it many times that I hate kids that pick up. I really hate
Yeah.
it. But I'm talking about like I guess they're not kids. They're like barely adults.
Yeah. Well, it sucks when the skill level is so not distributed well. Like usually back when I would play pickups, like it would happen in Oklahoma. Didn't happen so much in Canada. I don't remember, but in Oklahoma, the college kids would come home and then they would just stack one team at the shinny, and it's like, this sucks. Like, let's just sit on the bench and watch them pass each other, because that's basically what we're doing anyway. That kind of sucks. But if you have like 4 college kids and they come out and they go 2-on-2 and they're actually letting everyone play, letting everyone be involved instead of just, play with themselves, right?
I mean, I
This thing
I
on?
don't see too much at shinny, but I don't do too much of that.
I don't do it anymore
but-
either. But
Yeah. With like the kids showing up to games, like there are teams that I'm on that like won't play in the summer specifically because of that.
Mm.
And it's never like during the season. Like the kids might play once in a while just to get that required number of games to play in playoffs, and then magically they're just there for the whole playoffs.
Right.
I just subbed for a lower team that I subbed for a few times over the winter. They were in the championship series. It's like, best 2 out of 3. I played for them on Thursday, and like they're not a good team, and they know that, but they made it the championship, and against a team that like they had beaten in the regular season. And I mean, yeah, they brought me in like another guy, but then I look on the other side and like the other team brought like one of their sons was a goalie playing for Canisius, which is a very good high school team here. And then, there's 2 or 3 other skaters out there, and it's just Like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's always playoffs and it's always finals, and it's just, come on. Put him on the team or don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a consensus is it's the same as the rule in BLPA and everywhere.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Like if you want to come out and play, cool. Realize that you're probably way better than everyone on the team. But you know what? At this point in time in Canada, if I had gear, I'd play with whoever the fuck showed up.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
They're saying like June 13th, boom, adult league back in Calgary. So I'll be gone. I'll be gone to play hockey in the States. But when I come back, yeah, my man. You know what I'm saying?
Suddenly Nick won't be able to make our normal podcast time because he'll be playing pickup.
No. Listen, pickups. Hey, 10:30, bud. That's prime ice time in Canada. Well, a little earlier in the summertime, but I'll make room. I'll skip games for this podcast. That's how much I care about the listeners. I'll skip hockey games to record. I'll record at the hockey game if that's what we have to do. See, there we go. Someone just put it in Twitch. Back on the ice, Alberta, June 13th. Ice is booked. There we go. Hey, my man, back here in Calgary. Where are you from, Fathom OG? But yeah, hey, can I just go back? We were talking about BLPA stuff, and I had a story that I wanted to tell about a goalie that signed up. Hey, Dan, you remember that goalie that came to Charleston and he forgot his gear?
Yeah, because he bought new gear and then forgot that in Charleston.
Yeah. So this guy comes to Charleston, told us someone stole his gear. So we had to buy some gear from the pro shop.
It was a whole story for the weekend, too.
Whole story. And then, I was like, oh, haha, that's funny. Like, you left your gear at home so you could get new gear. Yeah, that's a way to get one by the wife. And he's like, dude, like, I have custom pads coming in 2 weeks. Someone stole my pads. Well, then he leaves Charleston, leaves his gear in the parking lot when he leaves, has to come back 45 minutes later. He's like, oh, I almost forgot these. Then he gets home and turns out he just left his gear at home. No one really stole it.
Like sitting in the garage.
Yeah. So, that crew of guys brought a team to the DC BLPA bash. That dude left his gear at home for the BLPA bash too. And so he's ready.
Tell me he bought another set.
I don't know. He had to borrow a set, I think, but now he's registered for Seattle. I was just talking to him. I go, dude, you're going to be a goalie. Don't forget your pads. And he's like, I can't promise you. I'm like, I'll send you a message every day. How do you forget your pad? Like, how do you forget your pads that often as a goal? That's what you need to play hockey.
Literally the thing.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's the thing.
Like, what can you be thinking? What is so much more important of I'm getting ready to go to a hockey tournament. What do I like? You forget your unders. I get it.
Maybe the beer is important.
You forget your cup. I get it. But to forget your pads multiple times, it's absolutely
it seems
asinine.
to be like every time now.
Asinine.
And it was just like in Charleston, he left him in the parking lot. That we're all sitting there hanging out, and he pulls up out of nowhere because I think Nick mentioned was like, "Hey, are those his pads?" I'm like, "Wouldn't that be something?" And sure enough, they were.
Yep. And so I just remember that story. I was going to tell it during BLP updates, and I forgot about it. I don't know what made me think of it, but it blows my mind every time. So basically,
great guy, by the way.
I kind of want to get a BLPA set of pads that I just carry around because I know every tournament he's in, he'll have to wear them because he'll forget his pads.
Ooh,
You'd have to make him to his size, and if I recall, he's not the tallest guy.
Well, look at me, bud.
You got to make him to your size because I believe you said you put him on at some point.
So
we'll put them on. For sure.
Hey, did you see that thing that people were posting about Gretzky? I mean, we talked about the fighting. That's where it came from. Like old Mayweather made like $100 million of that.
And Gretzky made 81 for his whole career.
Well, that's enough for him. Don't you think?
You think it's too much, probably.
100% too much. This guy's training
while wouldn't make it now.
Hey, this guy's training while other people are smoking cigs in between periods, and he's talking about, "Oh, I'm the best ever." Like, of course you were. Like, you were playing with a bunch of beer leaguers. So what's the big deal? You made $80 million. That's way more than enough. So.
Well, especially in that day and age, like, be pumped, man.
But that is crazy that for how many ever minutes Mayweather got in there and boxed with Logan Paul, Jake Paul, I don't even know which one. TikTok Paul, that he made $100 million. Like I would get in there and do so. I would do it for $50 million. I would do it for $1 million, to be honest with you. Just
Well,
to
he
get
also
in it.
like refused to knock the guy out. Like, just finish him, man.
Yeah, if you're gonna box, like who didn't? I didn't watch the fight because I don't give two shits about it. Who
I
did?
saw a
Mayweather.
clip,
He
though,
straight
yeah.
up didn't try to beat him. He
Yeah.
was just
I
hanging
saw
out.
a clip where he did
He's laughing at him.
potentially knock him out, and he wouldn't let him fall.
No,
Oh,
he just
listen.
he just let him hang in there.
See
And
that?
now,
Yeah.
like the kids at the track we're talking about today, like, oh, he lasted 8 rounds with Mayweather. He didn't get knocked out by Mayweather. It's like, hey, I haven't been knocked out by Mayweather. You haven't
Mhm.
either. You have the
Nope.
same
Yeah.
claim to fame as him.
Yep.
It's stupid.
Less money.
I also heard
Yeah,
somebody who
way less
knows
money.
more about boxing than any of us do say like it's easier to survive Mayweather than to knock Mayweather out. Like there was no chance that he could have knocked him out.
Well, you could catch him
So
one
he
time.
like his only
What if you got him one time right on the
probably
chin?
not though.
Like my kid almost knocked
think
me out
so.
the other day because he actually kicked me right in the chin, and I started seeing
But
stars.
that's you.
Well, I'm just saying, like you could get lucky. Like, you get one lucky punch, just right square in the jaw. Like it
No,
amazes
I
me.
don't think you're getting a lucky punch during a round with Mayweather.
Who knows?
I doubt it.
Who knows? But how, you know what? I'd fight him right now for a hair transplant. So
Easily.
14
You get
K.
knocked out for a hair transplant?
How you think I'm gonna get knocked out?
Yes.
I'll just go in and just cover up. Let him pound the body. He's gonna have to pound this body, this piece of steel. He's not
I
gonna
don't
get
want
any.
you to say pound this body anymore.
Hey, Trish, he's gonna have to pound this body. Maybe eat a couple donuts, and then we'll see what's happening.
That's my job.
All right, Trish.
Woo!
Trish can't just
This
go on
got
public
spicy.
record. Yeah, that leads me
Not today.
to our would you rather today.
No,
Oh, sorry,
you're not in charge here.
sorry.
Oh shit! Oh,
I'm in charge. And
she's the captain
because
now.
Well, yeah.
I've been the captain the whole time. Well, because I'm feeling spicy today, I want to talk about throwing temper tantrums and like getting
Oh,
kicked
God.
out of a game, and then the etiquette for what you do after getting kicked out of a game.
Is there etiquette?
Like if
I don't.
I
Isn't
think
etiquette
so.
thrown out the window at that point?
No, I think you had like owe a little something to your team.
Oh,
Well, I agree with that. I thought you were talking about like that person who's like now on on the other side of the board's probably still throwing
yeah.
a tantrum.
The etiquette is you're just embarrassed
that's
after
garbage.
it's over. Like in the heat of the moment, feels good. Feels good to throw. Like you want
Yeah.
everyone to know. You're like, yep. Listen to me. I got something to say, and then you say it, and then when you cool off, you're like, fuck. That's embarrassing as fuck. Really.
Mm.
You know, because I've got into it. I kicked a ref out of a game one time after he kicked me out of a game. And so it wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. I am proud of it. I mean, the ref did call me a motherfucker first, and all I told him was, "You can't call me that." And then it got heated.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then it got heated, and he kicked me out. And I said, "Well, if I'm going, you're going with me." And then he said, "All right, let's go. Let's go call the guy running the tournament." And I was like, "Okay, let's go call him." And he's like, "Okay, I got his number over here." I'm like, "Let's get it." And he's like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Well, my name's Nick Fleehart." And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "Oh, you're the guy running the tournament." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You just can't call me a motherfucker. Like, you can't call these customers motherfuckers either. Like, that's just not cool." He's like, "I never called you that." And it was a whole to do, and there was a lot of yelling involved. And during it, I felt like a badass, really. But then afterward, I felt like a dumbass. And then
So that was off the ice, right? Most of that hubbub, or no?
well, I mean, it started. I was on the bench, and
Mm.
then we had to stop the game and yell at each other, and it was a whole to do. And it was embarrassing after the fact. I'm still glad I kicked that ref out. Why he left the ice when I told him when he didn't know I was the tournament director still baffles me. It's one of those mysteries that I lay in bed some night. I'm like, why did that fucker leave the ice when I said, "Well, I'm kicking you out now too"? But he did. And but it's embarrassing. And then you got to go apologize. Like, hey, people you shouldn't act like that. And since I'm telling you, you shouldn't act like that, I know I shouldn't act like that. It's a mess. I get it. And obviously, like, we had the thing at the BLPA bash in Columbus with our buddy who threw one, and he won't say it, but I'm sure, but he knows that he shouldn't have acted like that. I'm sure he was embarrassed after the fact, and he'll talk tough like he isn't. But it just sucks because it just sucks.
This wasn't directed at that situation, by the way.
No,
If I was gonna
I never said
direct
it.
that. I would have done it right after.
No,
but
I don't remember adding that subject to the list, but I feel like Trish did. So I feel like something happened.
What did happen,
yeah,
Trish?
well, it was just like I had
Did you throw a
game
temper
last week with
tantrum?
those young kids. There was a bunch of guys that got kicked out, and I was like, oh, okay. But the one kid like went to the locker room, ripped off all his top shit, and came out with his mullet and his like shirtless, gross underage body out of the locker room to like saunter around and be hot shit. And I was like, dude, you're not tough.
Did he
Like,
do
no one
this?
here thinks you're
Hey, did he
tough.
do this?
Oh, I wish
Like
that
Bash
would have
Brothers.
been
Oh,
really
that would have been so. If he would have done the Bash Brothers dance,
No,
boom, perfect.
He actually had it was very embarrassing because he was like kicking himself out and he couldn't open the door to get off the ice. Like he was struggling really hard, and then the ref, because he wouldn't shut up, finally actually kicked him out, and someone had to come and open the door for him to get off the ice. It was a treat. But like I think first of all, if you get kicked out, don't stand there and like continue to yell. That's super embarrassing. You look like an idiot. Also, don't go in, get shirtless, and then come back out. That's gross.
Dude, he's
and
got
weird.
He's just peacocking.
Yeah, I
He's
never.
a peacock. You gotta let
I
him
don't
fly.
get that. Maybe I just don't get that, but like that seems super weird to me.
Well,
It looked really dumb.
To be frank, I've never seen a girl get fired and take her shirt off, or get kicked out and take her shirt off. I've seen a ton of dudes do it, so it must just be a dude thing. Like even my brother, we worked at a furniture store growing up, like in the summer times, and my brother got me this job, and then 2 weeks later he got fired because some dude had a bike in the back of the warehouse, and my brother like touched it to move it, and the guy looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin, so much that we called him Stone Cold, and he told my brother, "Don't touch my bike or I'll fuck you up." And so my brother, who talks a lot of shit, pulled out a box knife and put it in the guy's stomach and said, "Go ahead and try to knock me out, motherfucker." And my brother got fired, got pissed off, and then took his shirt off and swung it around and yelled and stuff. And so I've seen it a number of times. I don't understand the whole concept of you piss me off, my shirt has to come off. I don't understand.
Some questions about your brother.
My brother is and what's funny is people in the live chat are referencing Jeff Peck at that BLPA bash where he came back on the ice saying, fight me, motherfucker, fight me." And to be honest with you, Jeff was heated in that moment. I thought that was the funniest thing that I've probably seen in 2 years. So funny that I'm trying to find someone to make a shirt of Peck saying "fight me" so I can wear it. Like I literally,
I'd buy that shirt.
If I wasn't getting yelled at by the other team that Peck was trying to get to fight him, I would have been in tears laughing so hard at "fight me, motherfucker." It's just the best. But he didn't take off his shirt, so obviously he wasn't that pissed. Okay, you got to get on that level. I
think he was pretty close to just like straight ripping it off, though.
Just hulking.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Just hulking right out.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But did he hang out in the locker room after to be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I was an asshole"?
Big Dad did not. Jeff Peck did. Big Dad just jetted out. Peck went to the other team and apologized to them. That's how big of a
he
man.
was drinking with the guy.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's about. Like that's what I like. One time I hosted a tournament and there's only 2 locker rooms because it was an outdoor tournament. So we put both teams in the same dressing room, and I told them,
"Are you high?
That's
a terrible idea."
No, they loved it. They loved it. You know why? Because I told them, if you're going to be a dick to these people out here on the ice, you're gonna have to come in and face them in this locker room as well. And people,
like Papa Nick.
People loved it. People loved it. And you know, if I could ever get that ice again, I'm gonna get it. But we can't take cocaine out there because that's why they kicked us out last time.
What?
Nose.
You told like a smidge of this.
Yeah,
story.
nose beers. We did a tournament.
No, you're gonna have to elaborate now.
We did a tournament.
Learning that Nick's a drug addict.
No, I do not do drugs except for insulin, and that's crucial to my well-being. But we did a tournament one year. We sold it out in like 2 weeks, and it was great. And so we did it the next year. And before the next year, they said, "Listen, it can't be as big as it was last year. We're going to have to cut it back by about 8 teams." And I was like, "Okay." So we sold it out in less than 48 hours. I get there, I'm playing. My phone's blowing up, and finally, in between a shift, I pick it up and they go, "Nick, where are you at?" I'm like, "Well, I'm on the ice with my team." Like, "Oh, you need to come here right now." So I had to get off the ice, come. And the dude was like, "We found a baggie of cocaine." And I was like, "Okay, it's not my cocaine." So,
what are you supposed to do about it?
And he's like, "Okay, well, tell nobody you can have cocaine." I'm like, "Okay." So I go back and play. I'm like, "Hey guys, no nose beers." And so then we're skating. Then they pull me off when we get back. Our CMP officer comes, and he's like, "Tell me about the cocaine." I'm like, I don't know anything about cocaine. I know nothing about cocaine. And they're like, "Well, it sounds like we found 6 baggies." And I'm like, 6 baggies? Like, okay.
Jesus.
I was like, "Listen, I told you I didn't know anything about cocaine, but I do know it's expensive." And so I just think losing 6 baggies of cocaine would be,
it's upsetting to somebody.
And I'm like, "I don't even know what cocaine looks like." And she pulls out this thing and she shows me, and it's like this little baggie, and it's but it's got purple. And I go, okay, I know I told you that I didn't know anything about cocaine, but I know it's expensive, and I know it's not purple. I know it's white. And she said, okay, this is the stuff we put in to test it. Purple means it's cocaine. I'm like, okay, that's one bag. Where's the other 6 baggies? And the guy said, oh, I just threw them in the trash. And I'm like, come on. Like,
No, he didn't.
I'm like, you just threw
No,
them
he
in.
didn't.
Did you
No
put
shot.
I'm like, you just put them in your pocket? Like, was there really 6 bags? What's going on here?
No,
But anyway,
don't police take evidence?
yeah. So then all of a sudden, like
Mhm.
this whole weekend now, it's like, don't do cocaine. So I have to go in between every game. Hey, anybody got cocaine? No? Okay, good. Don't have cocaine out here. And so that went on the whole tournament. And then the next year when I called them back to rebook, they're like, hey, we just, with the cocaine situation, we can't have you back. I'm like, what cocaine? There wasn't a cocaine situation. But we obviously partied too hard for that town. But we're going to go back, but under a different name.
Oh no.
It's going to be Rick Fleabone. They're
Perfect.
not going to have a clue.
They'll have no idea. Amazing.
Yeah.
What about Vic Neil Hart?
Well,
Didn't
yeah.
that just pop up recently?
Oh my God, that's not.
Oh,
Don't
we're not
bring
talking
attention
about
to
that.
it. If you bring attention to it, that's where it comes.
Fair.
So,
All right.
but anyway, that's the cocaine. Don't do cocaine on the ice, or
Yeah,
don't. I don't even
Just
care.
don't.
I don't even care if you do
Hmm.
cocaine. I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm live and let live. As long as it doesn't affect me negatively, and you have fun and you're enjoying your life, then fucking do it. Right? As long as you're not affecting other people. I don't want you to affect other people negatively either. But if you're going to do nose beers and cocaine at a hockey tournament, don't leave your baggies laying around. If you got more money than you know what to do with, patreon.com/beerleagueinc. We'll gladly take it from you. All right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Mick needs hair plugs. Donate to him.
if you got more money than you know what to do with, $14,000 will get me a fresh set of hair. We'll style it any way you want. I'll grow it out like Randy, if that's what
Not
it takes.
to interrupt,
Oh.
but there is a commenter asking if you'll do cocaine with him.
Who? Me or Trish?
Who's asking that?
You,
You.
Nicholas.
Will you? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not. I'll
Just shooting a shot.
I'll hang
I
out.
I want
guess
to throw
who
his
it
name
is.
out there.
I'll hang out with you if you want to do cocaine. If you're a stripper, which I know strippers do a lot of cocaine, from what I've heard. I'll definitely
That might not be true.
come to your set. You can dance, just pay for medical school and do some nose beers. I'll do some regular beers, and we'll have a time. Live and let live, my
I don't
man.
know that you want to see this person strip. You probably have already seen this person strip.
Like I said, if it's a girl,
It's not.
but yeah. So, all right, who is it?
Nah.
I can't see. It just says Facebook user for me.
Oh,
It's Jeff
it's a
Peck.
good friend of ours.
Oh,
man. Like, I don't wanna throw him under the bus.
Gotcha.
No, I will.
Pef Jack, I gotcha.
So, all right.
But
As if
anyway,
he didn't throw himself under the bus commenting on Facebook.
hey, Peggy,
Yeah.
Peggy, I love you. We had some good times in the RV. I probably won't do cocaine with you. Not because like I'm just dead set against drugs, which I kind of am, but I'm not. Like it is what it is. I do insulin and I eat a lot of sugar and I drink soda. That's bad for me too. So,
I mean, sugar's a white powder.
yeah. I actually had
Let's be honest. He could probably swap that into something that you might not notice right
that's
away.
True. That's true. It's like when Coca-Cola had 3.5 grams of cocaine in it when it first started.
Yeah.
No
Hey,
wonder.
Peck, there you go.
No wonder
There you go.
my grandparents could walk uphill both ways to school with no shoes. Because they're all coked out of their heads. I get it now. I get it.
Oh boy, moving on.
Moving on.
Hey Peck, you're right. He says, "Does my figure look like that of a man whom does cocaine?" I don't know. I don't know that much about cocaine. But
I don't know that many people that do
I
cocaine.
can tell
or
you.
anyone.
I can tell you what I do know, Peck. If it was found that cocaine would give you a fucking full head of hair, woo! I would
Yup.
be
Yeah.
coked up.
Yup.
Not really.
hmm
Not really. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. All right, moving on to Mailbag because we like hearing from you guys and we've got some great questions. So,
Yep.
first one for this week from Michael Robert: all-time favorite goal scored by yourself. This
Ooh,
is for
boy.
everybody.
That's a tough one. I've scored so few of them.
Yeah, that was my problem too. I was like,
No, I've
Of
scored a number of big
lifetime
goals.
goals?
I've scored a number of big goals in my life.
brag about it.
The first one was obviously the best one. Long time ago. I still remember who set me up, but I also remember I was told not to play that game because I had just had steroid injections into my back, and I told my wife, "I gotta play. We're playing the worst team in the league that's the same record as us. Like we're gonna get our first win here, I think.
The battle for the bottom.
And we did get our first win, and I also scored my first goal from Sean Netterville, who was actually a goalie, but for some reason had to play out that game, just right in the corner, a little 1T that just trickled by. That was a good one. When I got fired from my last job and then started helping out another league in the city, the first game I played with that league team, I scored. I tied the game with like 17 seconds left. That was a big one. And I probably scored some of the ugliest goals you've ever seen in your life in Boston. And they were big ones. One of them was a game winner right off the old skate that everyone thought I kicked, which I did not kick.
You didn't. I saw it.
There was a video.
But I wanted you to.
Hey, the guy, hey, believe me, any way that puck gets in that, I'll do it. If it bounces up to my glove and I catch it, I'll throw that motherfucker in and just see what the ref says. I don't give a shit. Any way that can get it, I'll say, you think, and then I'll always go back to this excuse, be like, have you seen me skate? Do you think I actually meant to do that? No, it was just how it happened. And then there was one, I don't remember whose team it was against, but it was literally the ugly, like I fluffed on completely missed it and just got a little bit of it. And it hit like 3 skates and somehow still went in. And I was just like, well, shit, I guess when you got it, you got it. You know, I didn't know what to tell people. But yeah, so I don't, you know. You guys got any favorite? Oh, I guess
a favorite or a top 3, I guess.
Well, I mean, someone also mentioned the bar down with 30 seconds left in Ann Arbor. It was actually 12 seconds left, but who's counting? That was a good one too. And the one on Frank, same situation, game's out of reach, and the defender just... I
mean, it's always good to score on Frank.
Hey, that one on Frank, literally, like, I'm coming down. I can't remember if I was winning or he was winning. It doesn't matter at this point. All I do know is I came screaming down the fucking wing, and I look up, and his defenseman just... I don't know what his defenseman was doing, and it's just me and Frank all alone. And I had to assert my dominance, and I just let him know, Frank, I love you, buddy, but, you know, here I am. Bar down. Gotcha. So,
yikes.
Get fucked. All right, talk about your goals. I should probably go last from now
on. I don't know. I scored on Boston or in Boston on Mike a few times. That always feels good. I mean, obviously he's a buddy of mine, so we talk shit to each other constantly. The first Colorado Springs, I made a bet with Mickey Freed, I think his last name is.
That sounds
where
correct.
If I scored on him, he'd have to buy a shirt.
Yep.
And if I didn't, I'd have to buy him a shirt.
Yep.
So I undressed that motherfucker, and that one felt good.
Yep.
But I don't know, like I don't score a ton, so
nope.
And they're usually not the prettiest, so there's not really a ton to be excited about.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't score. I rarely ever score. When I do, I feel like I do remember it because it doesn't happen very often. I think I have a favorite, but I guess most notable recently, I scored the game winner in a shootout.
Hey, there we go.
The goalie may or may not have let it go in.
Oh,
who's to say? But
he was flirting with you?
I don't know. Jury's still out. No, I did not sleep with him, but whether he was just
flirt.
like
whoa. I did not say
I
sleep
thought you
with...
said sleep.
No.
I thought you said sleep. I didn't flirt with him either. I didn't flirt with him or sleep with him.
Yeah, so
either
it
of them.
sounds like Trish's...
Well, let's end it there because
that was bad for me.
Yeah, banging for Geno's.
I mean, you do what you got to do to get a goal, right?
Hey, I'm with you. So yeah, okay. Well, that interesting turn of events here. Trish, we should talk about your life decisions, and we will next week. A couple more questions. Here's a couple. Well, this one's.
Oh, you're choosing now.
Well, I just have some right here. Will you be in Austin, Texas, July 31st? Yes, I will. I guess that's me. Weird. Dan, Trish, will you be in Austin, Texas, July 31st for the BLPA Fest?
There's a strong possibility, yes.
Okay.
I would hope so, yeah.
Okay, yes. There we go. We're all yes. Where in North America have you had the most fun with a team off the ice? That's a great question.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
That is an interesting question.
Ooh.
Interesting. That's probably one for us to take for next week. I asked it, so you're still entered in the drawing, because I've had so many, and I love so many different cities that that's a hard one to answer off the top. Best and worst barn you've played in. Best barn for me is going to be Vancouver at the Richmond Olympic Oval. It was a facility that was built for the Vancouver Olympics. They hosted the long track speed skating in there, and now they've turned it into a complex with 2 Olympic sheets. It has basketball courts in the middle, ping pong tables, indoor soccer courts, rock climbing wall, fitness center. But the building is the most beautiful, like 50-foot tall ceilings, glass around the top. It's gorgeous. It's elevator to the rink from the locker rooms. It's an incredible facility, and hopefully I can put on a tournament there pretty quickly. So that's the best. The worst is for sure Alpha Rink in Pittsburgh. Worst, I literally got staph infection.
Was that where I met you?
In Pittsburgh, yeah.
With those, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, that place was bad.
Where all the dicks were drawn on the wall, which is fine.
All the dicks on
that's
the
not
yeah.
why you get the negative rating. It's because the walls literally
Decor.
sweated.
It was
sweated.
pretty bad.
Yeah, it was a bad one. It's the worst rink. Second would be Las Vegas Ice Center, not because the rink's bad, but because the time we played there, the shower drains were all messed up, so the shower water was like above your ankles deep. That was kind of gross. So that's the only 2 really shitty places I've played. I can't think of any more just like ultra shitty. Definitely Pittsburgh and that one time at Las Vegas Ice Center, which by the way they have fixed since. But that ankle weighting shower pool was disgusting. So yeah, any more questions, Trish? Those are just ones that came up right here.
Yeah. Why will Dan Langendoodle not recognize Buffalo Wild Wings as the best wing place in Buffalo? The founders are from
Because they have
Buffalo,
shit
and it's
wings.
Hey, let us
the
answer
only
the question.
nationwide chain with Buffalo origins.
Reread the question. This doesn't come from me, but it's a
It did
question.
not come from him.
But it's a question
comes
that
from someone
deserves
worse.
answering. Okay, read it. Let everyone know. Speak
Okay.
speak right into the mic like this, Trish. I want to see you get real close. I want everyone to hear this.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
No.
Okay. Shut up, Dan. Why will Danny Vibes not recognize Buffalo Wild Wings as the best wing place in Buffalo? The founders are from Buffalo, and it's the only nationwide chain with Buffalo origins.
Yeah, Dan, answer that question. I'd like to get an official answer.
Their wings are ass. They didn't start it till they moved to fucking Ohio.
Oh, you
which
don't
is
love
ass.
eating ass, Dan?
I haven't tried it.
That sucks.
That's fair.
Well,
I mean, I love eating what's in front of it, but so
Good man.
okay, all right. I got. Hey,
I'm into it, man.
Yeah, I feel you, bud.
No, I think their wings are legit ass. I think their sauces are great.
Okay.
Why they can't have both, don't know. They're
Well-
lazy as fuck. Their food is trash. I don't know.
You know why? I mean, Dan, think about it. If you had all this charisma like I do and a full set of hair, it's just not fair. So, like, that's why Buffalo Wild Wings can't have it all, because it's just not fair. They have the best sauces.
I mean, but what if? I mean, if they had it all, then maybe they could be the best.
What if they?
Because they have like the sauces are fine. It's the actual food.
Listen, I'm gonna say it. There's a reason why they went national. Okay, they're good. They're like people.
Because America is full of morons.
Hey, people are banging on Buffalo Wild Wings like it's
You're not
shit,
wrong.
and it's not. It's not shit, Dan. I've had way shittier wings before in my life, and like I just don't like. Why would something shitty go national chain worldwide? There's probably Buffalo Wild Wings over in England now, or Europe. I don't know.
Probably. People are stupid, Nick. They say the words buffalo and wing and think that they're getting the real thing.
Perfect.
And they're not.
Perfect. And look, people.
It's
point
all
out-
about marketing.
people, yeah, exactly. It is all about marketing. But you know what? I like Buffalo Wild Wings. I like the ranch. I like the sauces on the wings. It is what it is. They're not the worst. We need corporate sponsorships to do stuff that we need to do, Dan. So I need to get you fucking on board.
We do, but
Okay?
if we're going like out of Buffalo for wings, like, and I don't want to say it's a franchise because it's not, but like Woody's has good sauces.
Woody's has
And
good
their
wings.
wings are pretty good too.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, why can't that be what Buffalo Wild Wings could be? That if they just fucking tried.
Listen, if
Okay, but would you be a shill for Buffalo Wild Wings if they were sponsoring us?
yeah, he
No,
would.
fuck them.
Yeah, he would. He would have to be, or he wouldn't be on the show. Like,
No,
it
fuck
just have to
them.
be. He just,
That's when we.
I
replace
would
Dan.
just suddenly just
hey, you know what we do? We'd literally put a plate of wings in front of him. He'd eat them, and he'd have to say they're good.
oh,
and you know,
no.
and if he wouldn't, I'd find someone that
Or how
would
about
and
this?
pretend
I'll
to be
pull a
Dan.
Nick. There's a number out there that'll like bring me to do that. We're not going to share it.
Hey, and here's the
because
deal.
they're never gonna pay it.
Here's the deal. It's just like
You
me
don't
with
know.
reviews. I'm not gonna let them pay and not tell you the truth. But if they're donating wings to one of our event, we're not gonna fucking dog them out and say they're trash. We're gonna say we're super grateful that Buffalo Wild Wings trust in the BLPA enough to give us these wings, and we're enjoying the fuck out of them. You know, I'd say that for anything. I'd say it for even if it came from Pittsburgh, I'd say it because they try enough to support what we're doing, right? So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not horrible wings. They're good wings. I don't know what everyone's all up in arms about. I get the fact that there's way better places in Buffalo. I'm a Bar Bill fan. I like Duff's. I've never been to Anchor Bar, but you know, I like these wings.
You know what? How about this? I would eat Wild Wings over Anchor Bar.
Here's what we should do, Dan. We should go to Duff's. Next time I'm in Buffalo, we're gonna go to Duff's. And we're just going to get plain wings. And we're going to take those goddamn plain wings. Or we'll take those wings over to Buffalo, or we'll bring sauces from Buffalo Wild Wings, and we'll put the sauce on the Duff's wings, and we'll see what's what.
Ooh.
We'll see what's
I'm
what.
in. I'm in.
Kind of a fun
I'm in
idea.
for it.
We'll see what's what.
I'm going to be there as
That
well.
sounds wonderful.
Because sometimes you think two things go together, and they would be delicious, and they don't. There's a reason why they're not like that, right?
Fair.
So,
Yeah.
But
We'll
anyway,
see. We'll find out.
We'll
Live podcast from Duff's
hell yeah.
featuring Buffalo
all
Wild
right.
Wings.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Will they give us the free
Sounds
wings?
terrible.
Yeah, will they give us free wings for doing it? Let's go.
Let's find out.
We'll have to pay them.
Well,
To be
whatever.
there.
I'm gonna eat them anyway. Like, I'm gonna pay to eat them anyway. Even if
Yeah, like
not
I'm gonna
live
eat the wings
podcasting.
whether I'm paying for them or they're free. So,
So-
They might have to make us pay extra.
so maybe the drinks will be free.
Maybe, you never know. Okay, what next question? Any more?
What this might be a thinker for next week, but I thought it was good. What's the best in-game chirp that you've heard or was directed at you?
Here's for as much shit as I talk, you think I'd listen to way more what people say,
No.
and I don't.
No one assumes that.
Like, I literally don't. Like, I can't remember what anyone says to me. Like, I remember one time me and a dude got in a box together because whatever, and he said, "You're the worst person on the team," and I was like, all right. We're beating you 10-2. So cool. Good one. Got me. I mean, there's just not really much you can say. You know what I'm saying? And like the other chirps is like on the ice, like I'm too busy trying not to fall down than worrying about what, and I talk trash. So you'd think I would hear more of it, but I don't. I just say whatever pops into my head at the time and then move on. So
I like butt baby.
Butt Baby's a good one. I have used that one. Like, were you born out of your mom's butt, you fucking piece of shit? So
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
That's a good one.
All right, that's
How are
enough.
you, Dan?
Hey, Trish.
gets to
Hold on,
answer.
I have a question for you, Trish. Are you keeping track of
Oh.
the mailbag? Who's asking them? You're in charge. You're in charge of that.
She's that organized.
Yeah.
I trust that.
I think we should have a chirp off though. Like, if people are too afraid to actually chuck knucks at each other,
Ooh.
I think we should line them up and let them talk trash. But it's so hard to organize that and say who wins. It's almost like we're doing hockey rap battles. Would be a little hard.
Yeah.
We'd have to have like a blind judge panel.
Like, they have to actually be blind. That'd be weird, but okay,
I mean, why not?
know
I mean,
why
if
that's
they're
a
gonna,
requirement.
you have to listen to the chirps.
I guess.
It's got to be all about the
Sharper ears.
words.
I guess.
Got
Yeah,
it.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dan's not chirping it. Dan gets chirped all the time. No one, he doesn't know any chirps.
Please,
I've
I don't do enough to get chirped.
I've never heard. Yeah, that's exactly the
Me too.
point, Dan.
Like,
Other than being called little girl, which is
Yeah. Well,
I
all
mean,
right.
I don't know what you want me to tell you on that.
Well, let's end this one with a couple would you rather's. Anyone have would you rather?
I have some saved up. You said you had like a list of them.
Would you rather have always have a threesome, or never have sex?
Threesome.
Yeah, threesome.
I mean, it sounds like a ton of work, to be honest, but it's better than not having sex.
I don't think
Right.
it always has to be a ton of work.
But do you get to pick the people? Like, what if it's like the worst people ever? Like, damn, what if it's what if it's two?
Oh, no.
What if a couple of times it's two other dudes, but you have to have a threesome
Then
all
the
the time?
answer's no sex.
Ever?
I just switch my answer then. Ever. Fuck it. I
Okay.
can take care of
Yeah,
myself.
but have you ever had sex with a man?
Me?
No.
Because did you ask if I have?
No. What?
No?
Trish,
I'm
what-
just- no offense, I'm just assuming.
Yeah, I mean, you already said you slept with that dude so you could score goals. Like, it's
The
you're right.
goalie, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but and I'm not saying every time it's two dudes, Dan.
It's like randomized every
like,
time.
yeah, it's just
But if
like
you have a partner, is it like your partner
No,
and
meh,
someone else?
I don't know. We're getting too deep. It's just you have to have a threesome with.
I don't think so. I think that's like a
with
normal question.
two random people. You have a threesome. It's two random, sex, gender.
Just feel like
nationality.
you want it to be two dudes now.
I don't want two dudes, but I don't.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
want. I don't want to not have sex. But you're the one that
So
brought.
you would risk it. You would risk the two dudes for just being able to.
Well,
have sex.
I think so. I mean, I think so because it's not guaranteed. Like the probability is really low, and so
How do you know?
like it's like okay, if I have to have 99 times out of 100 I have threesomes with two chicks, 1 out of 100 I have threesome with two dudes. Like what are those? No, I mean because the alternative is you just never have sex again. Can't even masturbate, Dan. Just can't.
Okay, well, so you didn't say that.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't included at all.
But let's be honest. Like obviously, I can masturbate too. I can just go knock it out a couple minutes and be done. That would be an easy answer. So no, you don't. You never ejaculate again. Never orgasm again. Never have sexual gratification again. Or you have to have a threesome every time, and it could be two dudes. And the probability is low, but it could happen, Dan.
Well, I mean, if you're taking masturbation off the table, like it's got to be
Instant
through
answer
it.
change.
It just has to be.
Yeah.
I knew Dan would pick two dudes. Knew it.
I mean, you're the one that's so interested in it.
You just needed someone else to pick the same thing.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And I know Trish
He needed
would.
someone else to say it before he would.
Trish, you'd be in
Yeah.
for sure, wouldn't you?
Pardon?
You'd be in for sure too.
For the threesome one?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure.
Like 100 times out of 100 on that one.
Only if donuts are involved, though, right?
I mean, that's a bonus.
Mhm.
That's a bonus if donuts are involved.
That's all.
It's a
Okay,
good
we're
day.
all on the same page. What about hit us with another would you rather that you have?
Okay. Pubes for teeth or teeth for pubes?
What?
Fuck? What? You have the most fucked up would you rathers.
Okay, hold on. Say that again. You'd have pubes.
Would you rather have pubes for teeth or teeth for pubes?
Can you still shave?
Shave what?
Yeah.
Shave your teeth or shave your mouth?
I
That made me want to throw up.
I guess either.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, it would.
I question your sanity sometimes, and
Yeah.
it's usually just
Probably
so far
right,
it's been two
yeah.
times.
But that's a hard one.
It's your last
that's
two
a,
would you
but that's a
rathers.
hard one. Like, cause you couldn't chew anything with pubes.
Right.
No, but like, I mean, teeth aren't exactly functioning. If you can still, I don't know, like manscape and you can get rid of them, then
But
I'm going.
But they'd be hard. They'd be hard. Like teeth are bone, right?
Are you going to the dentist?
Well,
to, like,
the top of them are
So
like
you-
eventually like they're just.
So you
You know,
you go to the
roots and
dentist
stuff.
and he says, "Let me have
Like
a
if
peek,"
I
and
gotta
you
go
just
to
pull
the
down your
dentist and
pants.
shoot up some Novocaine and then rip them out, like then it's teeth for pubes, I guess. Like Chet says, back to Wolfhands. I'm for that instead.
Just walk into your dentist and pull down your pants and be like, here we go. Oh boy, not this kind of dentist, sir.
Oh boy, I don't.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
that's
know
a
what
that's
to
a
do now.
that's a weird one because, yeah, I mean, someone just mentioned getting your pube teeth pulled. That would be painful.
Yeah, that's the case.
bad.
Like-
Novocaine, let's go.
But how are
Rip
they-
them out.
But how are they anchored
Mhm.
though? Like because they're anchored into like. Your
Well, if they're there,
jawbone.
like it's got to
I mean,
be
you're the
the root. It's
scientist,
got to be
so.
everything, right? But like, let's be honest. Like, I don't like having a hair in my mouth. I don't want pubes in my mouth.
Ooh,
like
yeah.
my teeth. Like, that's what's leading me
But
towards
he-
the other
but
way.
here-
Like,
hey, if you have pube teeth, I'm not gonna get beef jerky stuck in my teeth. Like,
you're not gonna be able to
I mean,
chew
you
it.
can't eat beef jerky.
oh well, then I definitely
You
don't want.
just
I
you can
definitely
just
don't-
suck on it.
Yeah.
I'm
But
upset at my own question now.
yeah. I mean, I want beef jerky. That's the issue. Like, so I'm gonna have to go with teeth pubes.
I have
That's what
food
tipped
waiting,
you
and this is
over.
what we're talking about.
Oh, I'm so
Interesting.
sorry.
You're
I'm not
just the
Or
worst.
is that one more? Let's do one more. One more. Would you rather?
Uh,
Since we don't have a
okay.
fight line cut.
Yeah, that's fine. I could do a fight line cut real quick if you want.
No. Let's just go one more. Would
You
you
would
rather?
hate it anyway, so it's fine. Would you rather? I might have said this one before, but would you rather play an indoor game or an outdoor game?
Oh, it's not nearly as fun as the last one.
I prefer it though.
Well,
I think.
I what a game of hockey?
Yeah.
Outdoor
Yeah,
game-
sorry. Game hockey.
outdoor game for sure. Way more fun.
Yeah, it's got to be outdoor.
I don't know how if I've got teeth pubes, how that affects my hockey game, but
That would probably be rough.
I mean, it's gonna be rough
That
either
would-
way. Then you have like teeth in your cup.
yeah, you'd have to have a
The
special
rubbing.
cup for sure.
Would be bad.
Interesting. All right, is that all we have for
Well,
today?
That can be all we have for today.
All
I
right,
think that's gone way beyond what we had.
here's the deal, guys. We usually do it on Tuesday because I'm on another podcast tomorrow. I believe
He's
it's called,
cheating on us.
I believe it's called Wada Hockey. It looks like a Whataburger logo with hockey sticks, and they're based out of Dallas, Texas. So I'm supposed to be on their stuff. So go check them out. Go check out our goalie podcast. Now the name escapes me, and I was literally
Tindy
just
Talk.
there. We go, Tindy Talk.
It's such a clever
Sorry.
name. Come
I
on.
know. I had it right on the
It's
tip of my
also
tongue.
a very good podcast. So, like, truly,
I
if you haven't
retweet the
listened to
shit
it
out
yet,
of that
tune
dude.
in.
Oh yeah. Well, what would he rather have? Teeth pubes or pube teeth?
I would never
Uh,
ask him that question.
I will.
respect him
He
too
was
much.
listening. He was
Wow,
commenting on our
thanks.
stuff. But other than that, guys, thank you guys very much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Well, I won't see you next week because I'll be helping my wife run her dance competition. So Dan and Trish will have to take the mantle on that one. Other than that, guys, thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys soon. Come to one of our tournaments, buy our merch, donate for my hair transplant. Be good or